if you bum them out, everyone's going to get off the dance floor.
I got a request for just this past last week from one of my proms, and he requested like for an anime song, a specific anime song. I listened to it. I was like, and I asked him straight up, "Is this gonna clear the dance floor?" And that I don't know. I think some people will like it. I'm like, are you sure? Because if it clears the dance floor, it's not going to make me look good. And it's not, I'm not going to like you too much, man. If I have to. And he's like, okay. And he just walked away. And he understood, I guess. I kind of just like, I was straightforward with him.
Welcome back to another episode of Clever DJ with Ilya
and Nino. This is episode number 25. Woohoo!
Yeah, number 25.
Yeah. Ooh.
What do we have today? I think we spoke about this before, but we're going to go in depth today. We promised we would do that.
We always go in depth eventually, right?
Yes.
So
some topics you can't talk enough about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially this one, especially with the stuff we're going through.
Especially
during some gigs. So today we have taking requests and dealing with a crowd properly. Has people's sense of entitlement gotten worse over the years, especially during COVID? Mm-hmm. The COVID era. Since 2020, yeah, that's when it started.
That's when it all started, man.
Yeah, but really the results of that era started in 2021, 2022, once people lived like that for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, especially, secluded.
Right. Yeah, right? Let's start. You take it.
Okay, so we're going to start off with taking requests, right? Never say no to an actual request. Always try to veer it in another direction, but never actually say no, unless it's for a specific genre or a nightclub party that they have a theme that they're going for, right? You don't want to say no. It's just not it's frowned upon. Mm-hmm. Agree?
Yes. I don't think I ever tried to say no, because as somebody who just started off, it was really easy for me to do a gig when there are a lot of requests.
And you want to take the requests.
I want the requests because I know, okay,
you welcome them.
Likely most people like it. There were the one-offs that, it was a weird request and even I knew that I shouldn't take it.
Yes.
But most of them are good. Most of the requests are good. In certain events, you want to take them. If you're not 100% sure on what to play, it's going to make your life so much easier.
Exactly. And we have some phrases here that you can tell certain guests what you can say to them, not saying no, right? There's some things that you can say to kind of veer away from not saying no.
Yeah, or buy yourself some time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll go over those towards the end. But what else do we have here? So that's what we spoke about. We actually find people getting more aggressive and angry if the request isn't met, if the request isn't played. Not always, but a lot more than in the past.
I've experienced this. Have you guys experienced this in your gigs? Just wondering, right? Because a lot of clients will come up and request songs, and then they'll literally stand there like
over your head,
over watching you. Like, are you gonna play it now, sort of thing, or else, right? Sometimes they won't stand there; they'll stand behind you, so they think that you're
usually
not in the way, or not. But they're behind you, right? But I'm like, yeah, some of them get very, very physical. Right? I know this DJ in the States. I got into an argument with a guest that was adamant. I think he was trying to impress his girlfriend or something. And he's like, "You won't play my request?" And he started throwing fists. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
This has to be a one-off, though. It's not normal, right?
It's not normal.
It also depends where and what setting.
It like, honestly, he was, for sure, he had to be drunk.
It wasn't a wedding, though, right?
It was, no. It was a bar.
Yeah,
it was a
that
bar.
makes a lot more sense.
I heard he came back the next day with a gun, and it was a different DJ too, and he was like, "Play my request."
Yeah, guys,
I don't know.
For those who are watching this podcast and you're not DJs, here is a very good technique on how to get your song played right away. Just so you know, you likely will get your song played, but you're also going to go to
Get kicked
prison.
out, and then you'll definitely get taken away by the cops for sure.
Yes.
And that's what happened in this instance.
Unless you're very quick. Play my song.
Play the song.
Okay, gotta go.
But for real, he got kicked out. He got beat. I think he got beaten up too, just by that. And it was a bar in the States. Like he
Even
was drunk,
here.
intoxicated, mentally challenged for sure.
Yeah, who would do that?
Like in the right mind.
In the right mind. Somebody whose brain works properly.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just insane. So you either have some sort of like some sort of issue in your brain, maybe you have real serious anger management related problems. But yeah, that's not a normal thing to deal with, is what I'm trying to say. But it could happen. Even here, there's a bar where I was just recently asked to DJ at. I was happy because, I don't have a lot of back-to-back gigs. I still have to work for my clientele because I'm just starting out. Whereas you have too many.
I have too many, man.
Yeah, you can give me a few if you want. The problem is yours are mostly weddings, and I just don't do weddings yet. But the DJ who was giving me that opportunity was saying how, hey, it's a great bar, but fights erupt there. It's not rare either. It could happen weekly, every other week. Normally, it won't be nothing to do with the DJs.
It's mostly the actual ambiance and the people that come there.
Yes, but the thing is, somebody got hurt because he tried to intervene, and he was either a DJ or on the crew.
Yeah.
And so likely nothing will happen to the DJ unless they intervene, or somebody's asking for a request, or you're really bombing the night.
Yeah.
Because the regular DJ there is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the other thing that could really happen, even if it has nothing to do with you, your gear can get knocked down because they're all over the place and there's like a brawl or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Very, very dangerous.
So
I feel
it can happen anywhere.
it can happen anywhere. I feel like these days, like now, because of COVID and just the sense of the people can get everything at their fingertips, right? They can download anything on the spot. They feel like that we're Spotify, right? So we can play anything. Why can't you just play my song?
Yeah, they don't think about the fact that it's not about how accessible and how easy it is to get it. They don't understand the logic of playing a set or where you're playing it.
Where you're playing it and just keeping people on the dance floor. Our job is to make people dance. And they don't understand that when they request a song, it's mostly a request that's selfish, that they like personally.
Yes.
And it doesn't, it's not necessarily what everybody would like or would dance to, right? They don't notice it until it actually happens and you play it. And I've come across this many times that I've played a song, especially at the beginning of my career. I played a song and then it clears the dance floor. And then what? You have to start all over again. You look at the person that requested and they're not even dancing because nobody's on the dance floor.
They're probably at the bar drinking.
They're like, oh, shoot.
And then they come, hey, did you play my song yet? I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's when everyone joined you at the bar.
Oh, God.
And they'll come to you like this, like, here, I found it for you. Okay, what do you want me to do?
That's the worst, right?
Let me take your phone. I'll unhook everything and I'll hook up your phone for you.
Yeah.
It's just even if you have like on the fly, you have a way to hook their phone up. Like,
you don't want to.
What are they expecting?
They're expecting.
I found it for you.
Yeah, terrible. It's terrible.
Once I think somebody, he said he will send it to me. I'm like
through email.
Somehow
airdrop?
WhatsApp. I think they want my phone number.
Oh God!
Right. So very rarely will I give my phone number to like random people during a gig. But yeah, it's the fact that it's so readily available does not mean we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
It's not about that. And you know what? Coming from me also, I used to be one of those people who would come up to a DJ and ask to play something. I was always respectful. You're
one of those people, huh?
because I wanted my song played, right? I'm one of the people who make requests. I was always respectful. I always tried to figure out when is the best time to approach them, but I didn't really understand. Even me being a musician, I wasn't sure what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So when is the good time to approach? Right? So, but I tried. And
I always love the requests that tailor to what you're playing at the moment. So if it kind of fits the vibe, and if it was something that I was gonna play anyway, I welcome that, because okay, I was gonna play it anyway. Thanks to I literally read your mind right there.
And you build rapport with the crowd,
and they're like,
their
oh,
friends.
you know what we're thinking, right? And they're like, yes. I love those. Awesome.
And that especially comes from fellow DJs, bartenders, like people in the industry, people who party a lot and kind of have a good sense of music, right?
But it's different when people just like, no, play my song now.
And then they start giving you looks and whisper something to their friends, like, oh, that guy
not gonna play more. And then sometimes they give you an excuse. Oh, we're leaving now, so we need you to play this song. Meanwhile, they don't leave. I thought you were leaving, and then they come back like 10 minutes later. Can you play my song now? I thought you left. You can play it in the car on the way home, right?
But don't you have it on Spotify?
Yeah, exactly, right?
To everyone who thinks we're a-holes, I love playing requests.
But
sometimes it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for the moment.
A lot less for you. You have like, your musical knowledge is far more advanced, and you never really need help with anything. For me, some gigs, I'm like, shoot, what is up with this crowd? Nothing works. Like I'm getting 30% of the people on the dance floor. I want at least 60%.
Yeah.
And suddenly somebody comes, yo, play the song.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Hail Mary, let's see. I play the song.
You have to.
Everyone comes on the dance floor.
Yeah, sometimes they know what everybody likes. It's like an insider tip.
And then I'm like, you know what? I know how to proceed from here.
Exactly. So sometimes we welcome requests that way, for sure. Okay, I think that's enough for that. We can go on that point right there. But
you actually mentioned the DJ booth being elevated. I wish every setup was like that, where the DJ booth is like separated from the crowd, and there's a spot where you can go and speak to them, or like your helper could like hang around there and take requests.
It's well, no. Actually, if it was totally secluded and they can't even find a way,
but then it's completely like antisocial. I feel as a DJ you should be approachable.
It depends.
So you should have the option if you wanted to, but you don't have to go down there.
But you don't have to. But it depends on the night too. If you're just playing hip hop all night and everybody knows like that's what you're gonna play, so nobody needs to request anything, especially if everybody's dancing.
Yeah, when it comes to hip hop, that's when you'll see me accepting as many requests as possible.
He's not a hip hop head, so
there's some hip hop tracks out there. Like I listen to rap here and there too. Like
but it's not your forte. I know.
No, and it was maybe for a couple of years. I was really like listening to it a lot. But for most of my life, I listened more to like EDM, rock, mostly like soft rock, some metal. Like not hip hop, right? Only like the really mainstream stuff. So if I go to an event and they want hip hop, first of all, I'll be practicing like crazy before that. I'll be doing lots of research, but then on top of that, you'll be getting a bunch of text messages and requests for songs.
For sure.
But then if the requests come, I'm blessed because for that gig, I need them.
You need them,
yeah.
Yeah. And I never really knew why DJs, like especially veteran DJs, didn't like taking requests at all. But now working for a few years now, doing it for a while.
Like 15 years.
I understand exactly what they're saying. Like, and I sometimes in certain situations, in certain venues, I like to be away from the crowd and just kind of playing what I like. Just as long as they're dancing, I'm doing my job, right? So you can't tell me what to do. A lot of people, some guests will come up to you. Can you please play something we can dance to? And then you look at the dance floor.
Look at the crowd.
You can see that dance floor is full. Everybody's dancing. What do you mean? And then they're saying, yeah, but play something good. What?
It's because their group of people isn't dancing.
Exactly.
So there is like, remember that one wedding? It was a wedding. I forget where. I'm sure if I gave you a better description, you'd remember. You always remember. I don't know how you remember, but it was something Latin, and you were playing, and more of the younger people were dancing. It was Italian. I know for sure it was Italian. You were playing the Latin music. They were dancing, the younger people.
Okay.
And then some guy asked. He was older. He was in his 70s. He was asking for a specific Italian song.
Oh, yes.
And it was very slow. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, like within half an hour to an hour, that entire crowd of people just disappeared from the venue. It was already their like bedtime.
Yes, I know what you mean.
But sometimes when you played it, they all got on.
Yeah.
Some of the younger people stayed. And then you see the shift.
You see the
every
shift.
time.
Yeah, and you need that, especially in bars and clubs. You need that shift, that wave to interchange from people getting drinks, getting on the dance floor.
You're working with the venue. You're working with all the contractors pretty much by making sure, hey, I know they haven't checked the photo booth yet, or they need to drink. They need a break, so I can bring it up later.
Downtime. Yeah, exactly. So same thing goes for weddings or bars, right? You want to make sure that they have a downtime to take a break, not just dancing the whole time like really hard. Otherwise, you're gonna burn them out. Right? There's no way of them keeping that up unless they're like teenagers.
I think.
Proms.
You remember that gig I told you about that really opened up my eyes? Was it in December? The gig you gave me because you really couldn't do it?
Yeah.
And I was like, are you sure? How am I going to? Okay, fine, I'll do this because I really wanted to. And that was probably my absolutely best gig. I killed it. At some point, I was getting killed by it, like for like half an hour to an hour. And then just something clicked. I'm like, you know what? Just chill. You got this. You know all this music. And they would not get off the dance for like 2 hours. Yeah. It was just 2 hours like straight. The only break they got is go to the table quickly, get their drink, and then come back to the dance floor.
Exactly.
And they were dancing nicely, man. They were all over the place.
Those are the gigs. Those are the gigs that we live for, right?
So much fun. Honestly, we keep saying this. If money wasn't so important in this day and age, or ever really, if money wasn't this important, I would do this for free.
If prices weren't so high, we would do things for free.
We gotta survive, but this is fun.
It's fun. No, it doesn't feel like a job, honestly. DJing is one of the best jobs in the world, I think.
By far, anything to do with music, in my opinion, right?
Yes.
I'm sure non-musicians would say,
no.
What are you talking about? I love being an engineer or something.
DJs, you agree with us? Best job in the world? Yeah.
By far. By far.
All right. We gonna move on to the next one.
You actually have a bunch of quotes, things you would say.
Yeah.
Which ones do you guys use? So we have the what did you write here? I will try to work it in, but I have a list I need to get through too. I did that.
Yep.
I did this one. I was like, listen, I have it on my list. I'll play it later. I'm not gonna lie, a couple times I forgot.
Yeah, a lot of times you forget.
But that was a good one. That definitely helps because then you kind of they give it a nod like, oh, okay, cool, and then walk away for at least 2 or 3 tracks before they come back and bug you again.
Yeah. I'll see if I have it, and if I do, I'll make sure to play it. Right, and if it's a good request. And maybe I was going to play it anyway, then I'll definitely play it. But if it was a really bad request and I think it was going to clear the dance floor, I'll just forget about it. Oh, yeah, that's right. If he comes back to me and asks, where's my request? Oh, sorry, man, I don't have it. The Wi-Fi is really spotty here too. So, and then that's the end of it, right? If you want to request another song, feel free. I might have it, right?
Or you would offer them something similar.
Yes.
Like, hey, how about this? Would you like this song instead?
Yeah.
Right? That's why when they come up for a request, if I see that a song is not a good request, I tell them, listen, I can't play this right now. Give me 2 other requests. I'll try to play one of them.
Yeah.
That's also a really good one. Like I'm kind of compromising with them. Exactly. And what was the other good thing you wrote here? Sorry, I can't download anything. The Wi-Fi sucks here. You already said that. That's really funny. It's actually true. Some places.
It's really, it's terrible. The Wi-Fi.
Hotspot, nothing worked.
Because there's no,
we're like...
in the middle of nowhere.
3-4 hours up north. And the infrastructure there is just not up to par.
Yeah. So there's no way. So we're telling the truth that way, right?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir. You finish your sentence. Did you have anything important to say?
I forgot what I said.
Okay, so it wasn't important. So I'll say something.
Yes.
Did you ever get paid for a request? I know you did. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Yes, and I have certain tiers for when I get certain tips. If it's like $50 and above, I'll play it right now. Whatever I'm playing right now, I'm gonna stop it and then play it.
Sell out. No, I'm joking.
You know, sometimes if you're playing at a bar and you're getting paid like $250, and somebody tips you like $150, it's like almost more than half of what you're getting paid, man. I'm gonna play their request.
Yeah. What? So actually, one of the only times I got paid working with Nino was when I got a request, and he liked it, and he just like dropped me a 20. I was like, I'm keeping this. That is mine. I earned it.
It's yours, man. You earned it, right? If it's a 20 or something, I'm gonna play. Okay, probably play it in the next 10 minutes or so. Okay, it's a good request, and if it's a good request, right? If it's a totally bad request, there's no way. I'd actually give the money back to them.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
Not even for 100.
No.
But yeah, I think I got a 20 at least once, maybe twice when I was just when you were mentoring me when we were on, you know, on the wedding tour thing that we're doing.
Wedding tour.
Like back to back, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every week, right? I did like dozens of gigs with you.
DJ life.
And then also, I believe, I got paid. I forget how much. Probably a 20. I would have remembered if it was 50 or 100.
Yeah.
But I got a 20 also when I was DJing myself, and they asked for a request, but I either didn't have the song or didn't want to play it, and I offered something else. And then based on that, I also started playing other music that they really enjoyed. I got their vibe, and it also was good for the night.
Yeah, so sometimes it's a win-win.
So I got a 20, and I got another tip on top of that.
Yeah, it's great that sometimes they request something that you're gonna play anyway, and they tip you. Oh man, life is good. Life is good. And just recently, I got tipped $500 at my bar gig. It was more than I got paid for my bar gig. So that really made my day. I was playing all the music that they loved, and the guy just came up to me after and like, "Yo, fire set," and just dropped money. I was like, Wow. Look, are you gonna stop? Oh, no, he's still going. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I wanted to like kiss him. I actually hugged him. Right. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last one on the list, drunk requests. It says, parentheses, example at my wedding this past weekend. I don't think I heard that.
Oh, man. Yeah. I think it was, just this past weekend. I had a request that the one guy from the wedding party, he was like, play some EDM. And the dance floor was packed. Play some EDM. I know you can do it. I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can definitely do it. And but it gave me an insider tip of like what they really, really wanted. I was playing stuff that they liked, but once I started playing like the EDM stuff, it was...
Did it help?
Wow. Yeah, they went crazy. I was like, wow, okay,
so
this is what I have to...
about that crowd.
I didn't know about that crowd at all. And sometimes it's good to take requests from people from the bridal party, from the bride and groom. Sometimes it's not. It works against you because they're going to say, oh, this is from the bride or the groom. But meanwhile, it's not. It's just from them. But in this instance, it really worked out. It was a fire dance floor. Best wedding so far for this year.
How long was that set ever since they asked for it? And then
that EDM set lasted probably an hour.
So that was like
long.
Midway.
Yeah. It was midway.
I love when requests go so well.
It was a fire request. I was like, yes, thank you so much, bro.
So one of the toughest places to get requests, in my opinion, is proms. Mm-hmm. That's where I don't like requests, but the kids, I mean, if you bum them out, everyone's going to get off the dance floor.
I got a request for just this past, again, last week, from one of my proms, and he requested like for an anime song, a specific anime song. I listened to it. I was like, and I asked him straight up, is this going to clear the dance floor? And then I don't know. I think some people will like it. I'm like, are you sure? Because if it clears the dance floor, it's not gonna make me look good, and and it's not. I'm not gonna like you too much, man. If I have to. And he's like, okay. And he just walked away. And he understood, I guess. I kind of just like, I was straightforward with him. Like, yeah, man, our job is tough, right? And a lot of requests are selfish. 90% of requests are all selfish. So they don't think about that.
All right. Well, there we go. I think we covered a nice list.
All of it.
That was a very in-depth episode about requests and how to deal with them.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much for joining another episode of The Clever DJ.
And you guys, we're going to see you in the next one. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.